Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you have enjoyed your water and your bathroom break and you have your snacks because we're just going to keep this thing running. Um, as we come back to Clyde and Wraith. The elevator you've sent it down, you're on the ground floor, you don't
I sent it up.
you sent it up, thank you for correcting me. You sent it up, there's no one here as you kind of come outside, rushing out, moving as quickly as you can. You
Actually,
don't
I'm gonna just
see
start
anyone.
to stroll.
You
Like
are
I'm.
carrying a
That
full-grown
is
woman
true.
who is staked. So, there are weird things in Chicago, I'm sure, big city, lots of people, but
Yeah. So
certain things will.
I'll take my windbreaker and I'll put it around her upper part
Gotcha.
to try
We
and
like
cover the
begin
fact
a
that she's
burning
staked,
burning
Mhm.
this, just
Mhm.
like
Understood.
and
you
then just like
home.
carry her.
So
Mhm.
awkward.
Yeah, she's sleeping. Sure. Clyde, you do get a message on your phone from Seraphima letting you know that
Already? Like,
uh I will say this is after you all have left, snuck through and everything, like time still elapses.
okay, yeah.
Uh uh so Wraith, you know where you are to take you do know where to take Miss De
Yep.
Winters. You would deposit her to the Yamaha Diamond hotel under the purview of one very gracious Sierra von Burns. Uh, if there are no side detours at all, you
Can I stop
drive.
at McDonald's real quick I'm kidding.
Sure.
I am kind of hungry actually, but that can wait. Maybe on the way back.
Mhm. Yeah. You drive through uh these through. Sorry, my headphones keep falling up. You drive throughout the city and arrive at the luxury uh hotel. And you were instructed, you follow the instructions, drive through the back entrance where you can leave the van or wherever vehicle that you drove and come up to the back entrance where you are to insert a specific code into the door. Uh, Clyde does so for you.
I was gonna I let Rafe
Hmm.
try it because I
Yeah.
think we always forget. Never mind. Do.
And you are entered into what looks to be same layout as many fanciful hotels. As the attendant waiting for you is like, ah, excellent. I'm so glad the two of you are here this evening. Please, no names are necessary. Miss Von Boris instructed me on your arrival. If you will follow me, I will take you to her to get business finished and sorted out.
And I will carry the luggage.
Yep.
Mhm.
Follow them through. It's a pretty awkward elevator ride up the scale of the building before you're brought to the what would be like the penthouse room. Uh as you enter in, there is someone coming out of the room. He's very tall, Caucasian man, shaved head entirely and tattooed on the side of his head. You see a would be a sword or a dagger tattooed along his head, and he's pretty powerful in his stature. Uh in the sense that it would probably be, even for you, Wraith, who's pretty tall, he meets you eye to eye. He doesn't say
I just
anything.
he just stands up so straight, and I kind of slouch and
Yeah, let me see if I have a.
picture.
Yes, we might be able to show it to you guys, but this is fully from the Chicago by Night books entirely. None of the art belongs to me. Uh Let me see if it's here. Mhm. Mm, mhm. Um, Hmm. But as you pass by, before you come through, he stops for a moment and eyes you up and down, and uh
Which one of us? Just all? Just both?
Wraith specifically.
Okay.
And let me see if we do, but I doubt I can get uh doubt I can grab it, so I'll show it to you all at a later date. Uh so I described the tattoo incorrectly.
Mm.
It is a uh at the full crest of his head, not on the side. It is full bald head at the full crest. It looks to be the tattoo of a spiraling sigil at the very top. And it's a deep black. Uh, um, that you see him through, and when he smiles, he fully visibly shows his fangs as he stares at you, Wraith, and he says, "Well, this is very interesting indeed. The two of you have a lovely, well, three of you have a lovely evening." And he continues past his way. You two go inside the
Got it,
penthouse.
spirals.
The two of you go inside, and you see Sierra currently sitting on one of the armchairs that faces out, looking at the Chicago skyline, as she kind of turns over her shoulder and says, "Ah, beautifully done, the two of you. Are you in need of refreshments before we conduct the business of..."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She reaches forward and rings like a small silver bell, and coming out from what looks to be a side door, you see two individuals, both male, uh coming out. They're dressed in what looks to be hotel uniforms. Like, "Do you prefer a different palette, or will this be suitable for you?"
At this point, whatever is fine.
I don't think any
Wonderful.
of us are really that picky.
By all means, partake. I will not. I'm more than happy to wait till you've had a fill.
First, I'll set uh, De Winter on like the couch or whatever, something that
Mm-hmm.
she could lay on.
Yeah, absolutely. You can set her down.
Go into it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You all can have your
Oh, that sounds
fill.
like
The cleanup on its way, after its way, and Sierra, as you are feeding, inspects the woman. Well, circumstances of this are going to be very interesting. Marcus Wraith, it should be known, with Clyde as your witness, that I hereby owe you a major boon. Is that satisfactory within the degree of the work that you have placed in and required this asset?
Yes.
Excellent. And a bit of a free bonus for you, because I know the circumstances of which our clan in, that Stray La Sombra are worthy of currency in your current, unless you are seen as a full member here in the Chicago core.
Not quite.
Ah, well, I have heard rumors that there is someone of equivalent exchange skulking around the shadows of this beautiful city that I think would be of substantial weight into consideration in your embracing into the eye. What is your education on the Sabbat fact, specifically of deacons and their rank?
To be honest, my sire never really educated me that much in the whole hierarchy.
Mm, It is truly sad when childer have to do the work for their sire. That is something I know very well. Well, I don't think I have the time to educate you on the finer points of the fanatical points of which the Sabbat believe themselves. Deacons, though, a brief overview, are very select members that have proven themselves among the ranks, and some would view them as leaders, some would view them as shepherds, depending on your prerogative. But there is hearings that there is a deacon of such caliber roaming around Chicago. Most likely doing the usual thing they do, recruitings, turnings, philosophizing, all of those wonderful things of nature that falls upon them. It will take some time for me to discover his name and possibly his interest and devoutness to the Sabbat. This I will provide. The name and such I will provide free outside of any boons that we would owe to each other. I've invested interest in ensuring that there are more La Sombra accepted into the city.
Of course.
Excellent. With that business concluded, the two of you may go.
Thank you. And thank you for the refreshments.
It wouldn't be right of me to invite you into my home without proper due hospitality. It is one of the pillars of which the Camarilla stands.
With that, I will bid you adieu. Alright, come on, Clyde.
I'm already at the elevator.
It's like, all right, bell ring, beep beep. As you proceed through the elevator, please mark, Wraith, that you have a major boon.
Hey, we're Sierra Boon Buds. Oh man.
Boon buds. With Sierra. And in the future, she will give you more information on a La Sombra deacon hidden amongst the city. With no pressingness happening at the Aries Club, we will transition to when the two of you meet back up at the Aries. At this point, many of the crowd is kind of like mingling along. Those who are not intoxicated have already departed, so it's just those last call people who are departing after Damien left. With no musical entertainment aside from what could be placed on the stereo system, many of the crowd is left, and it's kind of thinning out at this point by the time you two arrive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, other than Donovan has probably been in his office then. And if everybody comes in, y'all come in.
Can I get the lowdown real quick from Marlo? Anything crazy happened while I was gone?
Yeah, Marlo tells you that she's just like, there was this girl with like green hair who like punched the shit out of somebody. Apparently she knows apparently she knows some of the people here. Her name's her name's Ronnie. She's really cool. I think I have a crush on her, like platonically, but also I want to be her.
Cool, don't care.
Well, I mean, you asked if anything crazy happened, so she like beat the shit out of a grown man. Well, at least I think he was grown. He was definitely older than her. So that was cool. No, other than that,
Okay, well, good job. Not burn the place down.
I'm very capable.
Leave. All right, here we go. Done.
You can meet in Donovan's office.
I
Went perfect. No notes. We did great.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, Donovan. Yeah, Donovan doesn't want to know. Like,
smoke screen. Don't
yeah.
care.
Everything went great.
Yeah, so it goes evening
Security was
productive.
handled all night.
Yes, it was. But,
Yes, because I handled it.
good. So both of you had productive evenings. Great.
Yeah.
Great. Clyde, just take out a phone and show it across my massive desk.
Mhm.
There are several threatening messages and emails and links to dark websites on there. I would like you to find out as much as you can about who is sending those. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's very strange goings on. Also, Clyde, I know you've been in and out of the Nosferatu areas and whatnot as of late. Anything odd happening?
I think I said some of the odd things. Most of that I remember was the price racking up on blood bags, but nothing.
You
Wait,
did
was
not.
there anything?
Wait, hold on.
odd?
Did you? No, hold on. You did not tell me that. What?
No, I said that before. Like,
I
at a
have.
game. Remember,
I
like,
have-
a couple months ago?
I have it that you were told that, but you never told us that.
It never filtered back.
Yeah, it
Did not
just that you
filter
were
back?
told and you
Okay.
never told us.
Okay, that's on.
Yeah,
okay, that's
anything
on.
that happened in the sewers other than the
I
possible
was
poker game
That might
has
have been
not
because
filtered
I was
back.
trying to find out like more about it, and everyone's like, "No, I did," because I remember relating it back to
You know what it could have
Newberry.
been?
I would have told you because I was Newberry related because he was in charge of the hospital.
You know what it could have been? Tony might not
I-
have been here for that session when
I
you
Oh,
reported all
There
that
it
back.
is.
Well, hold on, Serena.
I will say that you found more information out, not on Newberry, but there were multiple things that the Nosferatu told you about. The one that I have in my notes was about the kidnapping that happened of the guest of the Bruja.
That I haven't mentioned yet
Manor.
because that's
Yeah.
a personal project, but I was gonna bring it
Yeah.
up. But like,
So I will ask because I know what's going on with the blood bags. Did you review the tapes that and the security footage involving the locations that were noted
for the blood bag
for the missing
specific,
blood bags? Mm-hmm.
I have not yet. No.
Mm-hmm. So without that information, I will say that you don't. You have, at least as far as I have in my notes, you have not pursued the blood bag situation.
Yeah. I think I just know. I believe I told you guys briefly about it.
It
but
might have. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think I've gotten into detail yet because I don't have
Gotcha.
a lot of details.
Because you
about
don't
it. But
have
yeah,
those details.
I will
Got it.
reiterate because I Tony might not have been there. That might be accurate. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. There is a shortage of blood bags.
That's
system.
literally impossible.
Right?
So if that is true, and that's in this territory, people are saying that.
I've heard
Okay,
it from Marlowe
that is-
and reiterated back underground. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's priority almost number one. That's huge. That's huge. There's never been a dip. That's the most necessary thing for the NOS to just circulate. It's almost so the prices have been going up too.
Prices have been going up. Yeah, Riva's
D-
pretty upset about it, especially
If
because
you have any leads on that, pursue the shit out of that because that's
yeah,
incredibly
no, we'll
important.
do. I have some tapes about where some question, Serena.
Mhm.
Are tapes about like bags being stolen or like here's spots where they've gone missing? Explore that.
A little bit of both, because
Okay.
there are tapes that show the blood drive vans of the blood bank hospitals that have been found, and then there are also video like street camera footages of the what's it called uh of things going missing and spots where dealers would be getting like hijacked.
Mm.
That.
Okay, great.
Great.
Any information you can find out in more detail that is incredibly important. Um, I know this is a lot on your workload. Phone
Apparently
could
I'm taking that
also
number.
be, yeah.
All
Unfortunately,
right, wasn't to you.
you
Just
made
the last
yourself.
stuff, yeah.
This is what happens when you make yourself, irreplaceable. Is that you need to do a lot of things.
I'm a real catch. It's it's a burden,
Um,
honestly.
Unfortunately, it sounds like a lot of these are time sensitive. If you could review that, get back to me. How has the laptop situation gone? That's going okay.
It dried up a couple weeks ago. I might know some more stuff now.
Okay.
With another thing I have to do,
Mhm.
the phone thing. Hopefully, I really hope it only takes an hour. But I
Yeah.
got while I was underground for a bit, I got semi recruited to help. God, all I'm thinking is like Senpai Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Who am I thinking? Thank you.
Waneka.
I was like, you guys know Waneka. I think that in my head. Don't say it.
Yes.
Waneka.
I know Waneka. Yes.
Right. There's someone, a new lick, or not new, but a visitor from somewhere else went missing. I think that one I did tell you because it was important to Critias that he was found, and the information that Waneka gave me, I think he might have been taken by the same people who guy with the laptop, special ops forces. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy.
Mirror Mask.
Yeah, Mirror Mask guy.
Great. Good. Fantastic. More of this bullshit. Great. Thank you.
Okay. Oh,
So
at bottom of the list, one last thing, but it's
Yeah.
more for me. I don't know who it is, but someone's going after other licks from Gary.
What do you mean?
Flips through all the save notes on their phone. It's probably nothing. Something Marlo brought up last time we talked. When she talked to other friends, seemed scared that everyone else, her friend, was killed, like FD'd.
But no one knows who did it?
No, but apparently they're targeting like mostly other people from Gary. I don't know if it's not specific, but
Well, if it was Camarilla, I don't know. All right. Well,
she's the only person I've heard from that. But it was a
Well,
small.
I mean, you've mentioned a few things, and it sounds like Marlo brought all of these attention to. Are we doing more for Marlo? It sounds like Marlo is a very useful asset.
She's picked up a lot, especially down there. She's
Mm-hmm.
better at talking to people.
Let's I mean, obviously this will be your idea. I know she's your subordinate. Let's get Marla her own office. She has already proven useful. I count 5 times in my head in as many months. I want to curate that. She's from Gary, right? Yeah, they used to gutter trash out there. So let's make that her even more loyal than I'm sure she already is. Obviously, this will be you may frame this in any way that you wish. If your idea, you talked me into it, I'll back whatever story you give. She's your subordinate, but let's. She sounds like she paid off. That was whose call was that to spare her?
She ran over me with a bus, so I
I
feel like
I
that was
remember.
yours.
I
Yeah,
remember.
I think it does. Wraith also. Yeah, you guys both. Right, guys, thanks. Okay.
I think it was.
She's fine. She's fine.
I remember I shot her.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think calmer heads prevailed after we talked. I think it was.
You questioned her. I remember that specifically, but
I think it was a group decision.
Yeah.
Great. Well, go us.
Teamwork.
Yeah, that was a great job.
Oh,
That's fantastic to hear.
I
Well,
think it's very useful, especially when double checking most of the work and bringing up smaller
Mhm.
stuff that has been leading to a lot of bigger things. So
Indeed. So I'm beginning to see a sort of parallel in a small thing. So the phone I want to explain. The phone. This a kind associate of mine have been receiving threats, specifically about their significant other. Questioning, do you know who they really are? You'll see it. It's they'll corrupt you. Except I know for a fact that this significant other is a thin blood. Which means there is a kind out there threatening my people because of their association with our kind. Which means they know.
Which means a breach of the masquerade.
Exactly. Now, I will state this is the second such breach that was brought to my attention in as many days. You see, I had a meeting, as you know, with our Ventru on the outs. Mr. Nash. Now, he, of course, has made some waves for himself, but he also has begun to receive threats of a similar nature. Now, not identical, I'll mind you, but it is a threat of outing, as it were, to a degree, and with other connections to them. So it is, and they've asked me to take care of it due to some of the sensitive nature of it. And I've agreed to. Nash is a lot of things. A lot of things. They are a Ventru. So, feel free to make your biased comments there. But there's something going on. And I don't understand it. Because if it was this mirror man that we've been seeing, they aren't they're quite direct, aren't they? They kidnap, they kill, they ambush, right? That's the tactics we've noticed so far.
It doesn't follow their style.
It doesn't. Which means this is possibly something else. Perhaps a new tactic, because the others haven't been working as well. I don't know. But the sooner we find out what this is, because this is a large masquerade breach, possibly. Now, I do think it's interesting, though, because the threats have been quite direct, Nash. No wanting to say people, but the person that they're threatening, is they most of it was seemingly they're trying to get Natalie, my current associate, to like leave them, right?
Well, if we know this person's response to other kindred, we don't. Their communication with Natalie, no, it's like right now, might just be how they talk to other kind.
Well, what? I'm not
So
sure what you.
sorry, I've been staring at a laptop of a girl for like the past couple weeks and getting the
Sure.
sense that this guy is obsessed with his deceased daughter and maybe has some soft spot for other girls around her age.
Wait,
And
hold on. So yeah, so you have a name already?
yeah, that one was early ago. Yeah, Amanda,
No,
Amanda Sterry. Yeah,
wait, Amanda is obsessed with their dead daughter?
no, that is the
That's
girl's name.
that
I'm trying.
I'm talking about the one perpetrating this.
Right. I
Give the
still
figure
trying
of
to
the
find
daughter's
who
name.
they are. Yeah.
Okay. But there's no record of her having a father?
I will.
I
Yeah, I will say, Clyde, the thing, because
feel like I have a
episodes
name for that, right?
ago, you
Yeah, it was a while.
you do have a name for him. His name is as I get it, cause I know it. I promise. Oh God.
Okay, I don't know why I didn't write it down then.
No, it's
Like,
okay. I know you wrote it down because it came up a bunch of times. It
I'm
is
starting
yeah,
to remember this.
Paul.
It's been a
yeah,
Paul
we've talked
Sterry.
about this for a little
Yes,
bit. Yeah.
Paul Sterry.
What was the first name again?
Paul.
Paul.
Hall. Yeah, Hall Sterry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I will say, but Paul's what got it was interesting, and why you wanted to get back to it before everything came up is that Paul's record was white and wiped very well, even for you, Clyde, who is a good tech person.
That was weird.
That was that's what got you so obsessed. But unfortunately, you messy crit on the laptop, and
I remember that.
mm-hmm.
But we did still get like the connection, like his back and forth with the police when his daughter was first missing.
The
Which
police
is
was
like
daughter.
why.
The police completely disregarded him, and that's when he started getting in touch with other people that seemed to. You found
There was some sort of like chat room
you
server
found
room thing.
yes,
Remember
there's
that?
chat room
Yeah.
server.
Mhm.
You found an address to a church that they had meetups in, and also another address that linked back to the laptop that you had found from the previous mirrored-eyed individual.
Old Mirror Eyes.
Paul Paul.
And it
Mirror Eyes.
and it correlates with a Flyboy's laptop. So Mirror Eyes is connected to Flyboy.
That's right, because we knew that from early on.
You
that Flyboy
did.
was connected with that. So yeah.
So
I think I'm still trying to find out how they're completely connected, but yeah.
So Mirror Eyes is connected to this dad, or is this dad?
Mirror Eyes, I would
connected to the dad.
Connected
Paul,
to the dad.
yeah, Paul, after the police completely closed the investigation on his daughter, claiming that she had an anemic attack, he began posting a bunch of things, and that's when he started getting contacts to got contacts through this church. It's like Saint Austin something or another mega church that's within the city, and then from there he got in contact. You still don't know Old Mirror Eye's name. He used a different screen name, and that's where you found on Paul's laptop before it broke, as well as it coordinated his timing talking to Mirror Eyes with Flyboy's timing with talking to Mirror Eyes before, and then when he came.
Right. Do we have... Can you get an address for Paul?
Can I get one that's in the city?
It'll take some time because Paul wiped any record of himself. That at least that you could tell. It's probably just gonna take a technology
Like a
role.
bit, yeah, but
Mhm.
good.
Great. I definitely suggest that once you find Paul's residence, we go to Paul's residence, and then we murder him. Any against that idea?
I think it'd probably be the quickest resolution, but I don't think that will necessarily stop mirror eyes.
Well, no, of course it won't stop Mirror Eyes, but it will stop this leak. And besides, I could then rip the information out of Paul about Mirror Eyes. Um, could not do that to Flyboy. I will fully admit, I think I knew that information when I captured him. I just didn't care because reasons.
Flashback. Ah,
Yes, reasons indeed. Um, but yes, I could try and I'll rip the information out of Paul, and then we'll kill him. Get at least and that situation, whatever it is, um, and yeah, and of course, when we kill him, say it with me now. When we kill him, we kill him with guns. Not through exsanguination or inhuman dismemberment. We don't rip his head off, we shoot him in the head. Or drive a poker into his skull, or
I just
beat him in the
grab
head with
my
a hammer.
jacket and open it.
Yeah,
we
like,
look at Wraith. Okay.
yeah,
Mhm.
perfect. Yes, no, we all have a gun.
I'm a fan of pushing people off high buildings, honestly, but that's just me.
Well, then we have to have the whole. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with I'm fine with home invasion. Home invasion works for me. Or we could maybe this suicide. We'll find out if he has a gun. Great. Yeah, mainly it's just because nobody harasses my people without intense consequences, and they're kind, threatening to out our kind. So anyway, so that's important. Got to get on that. Hopefully, then I can get some favor from Nash, and Nash has something very specific I want from him. So that'll be good. Not to mention solving all the other problems and just general how good we will look plugging a masquerade lake without anyone asking us. It will look fantastic. We tonight went as well as it was supposed to. Did you get the information you wanted from Sierra, Marcus?
Not just yet, but she will be getting the information I need.
Fantastic.
I also have a MB from her.
Good. On top of.
Yes.
Oh, masterfully done. Masterfully done. But great. Fantastic to both of you. Yeah, that's another one. We definitely need to get Wraith camarilled up so we can just move on from this ridiculous business. And then the
Yes.
sheriff can't do shit. You can actually start moving towards things. Let's see, we have all of those things. Once we, I think, clear that level, our taking down of Newbury will be honestly a breeze. What with all of the good faith we will have garnered, and all of the evidence against him that we have gained, it will be good. And more information, of course, will be good for the blood bags. So much to do. Not to mention, there is, of course, Moira and her newest scheming partner, our dear Seraphima's doppelganger.
Yes. About that,
Mm-hmm.
your little ministry mouse decided to see me this evening.
How did that go?
Veiled insults and assumptions that she seems to have a sway over you, and which would put me in a deficit, which I thought was entertaining.
I hope you didn't dissuade her of that notion.
No, not quite.
Excellent.
But she did mention a couple things, and I've apparently discovered a few things. Specifically about my sister in this case, which I think might be interesting.
What's that?
One, she's dabbling with Clan Hecata.
What?
Yes. I believe it was she's diversifying, as Thea liked to say it.
Clan Hecata.
Yes. Oh, also other things which you missed. But first we'll say a few more things about my sister
Sure.
When my sister apparently came into town, not only did she bring vast amounts of matching luggage with clothes, there is a trunk, I believe, iron-bound, padlocked, which seemed familiar, but I experienced pain upon trying to remember it.
Oh.
So, I don't know what it is, but I can try to figure it out, which leads into things that you missed. So there was a minor field trip to the Chantry regarding something that is currently living in your safe, which we highly recommend no one touch. Because it might deal with blood things of the Giovannis.
Oh, good. The Giovanni used to have a very large presence here, and I think the culling. What is what?
There is some sort of root. Wraith and Clyde, I believe, were actually there. I was not. But there was this root that was in a corpse that seemed to be suctioning off the life of it, to make it more desiccated, and ripped into the umbra, as I was informed, to thin the things between our plane and the Oblivion.
Isolated? Is it isolated from anything else in the safe?
Yes, it is wrapped up. Yeah. I made sure that it was not touching anything. When
was this placed in my safe?
Earlier this evening.
Today? Tonight?
Today, tonight.
Okay. Okay. Great. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care any part of the supernatural bits of that. Why is it intensely relevant? I guess is my question.
Well, it's I don't. Wraith, Clyde, would you like to? Did you gather any more? I was not there again for when this thing was acquired, so I don't know what is relevant with it. All I know is apparently Wraith is to never touch this thing again.
Wraith isn't to touch it. We grabbed it because it was related to the weird open to the abyss. And again, I think
and this has something to do with Clan Hecata.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Possibly.
No.
Yes.
Possibly. Okay. And which we believe have some form of connection to your doppelganger, and possibly through her, possibly maybe Moira, maybe not. Who knows?
Who knows what kind of machinations my sister has?
And we think that maybe she's contacting Clan Hecata because of whatever she brought with her in that case. Okay. And there's a root. There's an evil root that we must not touch in my fucking safe.
Well, the thing is, I was not about to allow Eli to go off by himself to the Chantry with this thing.
No, absolutely. That is a fantastic.
Which is why it made it to the safe. And then we could deal with
Good.
everything else.
No. Again, I'm not upset of your decision. I'm just upset that it was necessary.
We can try to have it destroyed or removed or whatever.
There was
but
a shadow thing on the outside.
I'm
of
sure you will all look into this. I don't have connections in this vein. I am utterly lost in it.
it's fine. I'm mostly saying this so then you don't touch
So
this.
fantastic. Thank you for telling me. I'm not upset with any of you. Okay, good. I guess
Do
I
you
can
want us
spend
to
some.
get a different safe to put it in?
I mean, which one of my safes did you put it in?
The one in your office. Well,
think it
it's
was-
like your secondary one in the office because you have probably
The main
two.
one.
Not your main one. It's the one that's like much lesser used.
Okay, the one behind my portrait is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, that one, that is okay to put that in.
You thought I would put it in your primary safe?
I did not know the level of which it was done, and no, I'm mainly talking about a different safe, but I also don't know how many of you know about that safe.
I'm asking if
Clyde
this is gonna
knows
be
about
a-
it because I think he installed
Yeah.
all of my safes.
I'm asking if that safe is to be our now
That's
weird
fine.
cursed item safe.
Sure,
Okay.
if
that's
you
fine.
want,
Thank you.
that's fine.
Safe.
Honestly,
Yeah.
if I'm being completely honest, that safe, while impossibly secure, I also just sort of keep things that I think would be fun in a safe. So that's fine as long as it
Just
wasn't.
for fun safe. Okay. Yeah.
As long as it wasn't the one underneath the floor in my desk. As long as it wasn't that one. Good.
One session we'll have what's in each of Donovan's safes. Don't know when, but one day.
Random tables.
Okay. Great. Oh god, there's so many things. To run a kingdom. God, if only I could leave well enough alone and not deal with things that aren't my fucking business, but that's not how I get ahead in business.
Oh.
Okay, so
It's so difficult to
each
care.
of the three of you will, of course, always move your own machinations and your things that will develop yourselves along on in your downtime. I know you will, and that's always encouraged. Meanwhile, for our coterie to ascend quicker, things that we need to get a hold of. 1, Paul. 2, these are not in any particular order. These are just a list of things. It's not a matter of importance. So Paul. 2, that La Sombra Elder for Wraith. 3, possibly information about this missing blood bag situation, which I'm sure might already turn back down to mirror eyes. And then of course, those are the main things. Once we can grab all of that, we can go so much higher. And then of course I will put forth as much effort as I can into helping all of you, of course, Seraphima, with your situation. But I think you know more people in that vein to aid you than I do. But if you need my help, just ask. Yeah. Then after that, we need to very much specifically after the poll situation, quite honestly, and we review the videotapes. We will have enough, I believe, the videotapes and find out things about the blood and pursue that. We will have enough to destroy Newbury. Once Newbury is gone, then we can, of course, induct Marcus in, and our rise will be much faster, much faster. And I just so many things, so much to do, but focus one thing at a time. So find out what you can about the phone might help you find Paul. I also have the card for Nash as well. So both of those. I know the SIM card.
You used the note cards.
I did. It came in
Okay.
handy.
Good.
I didn't still really know what they do, but I know you need them. Um,
I give
uh,
you back the SIM card, or I looked through the SIM card from Nash, right? Actually, no, I don't think I did, because then the plot
this-
tonight
thi-
happened.
yeah,
the
the plot.
of
Never mind.
The
tonight
plot
I have
happened.
I
Yeah.
have the SIM card though.
So I think you can use. Hopefully, you can use those 2 SIM cards to try and track down where Paul is. Once we get Paul, we can rip information out of Paul. Now, if Mirror Eyes is what I think is, we could get some information out of Paul. However, if Mirror Eyes works for the American government, then we probably won't be able to get anything useful out of Paul. But we could get something. Something will lead to something. Will lead to something.
When our fingers are crossed for religious fanaticism, woo, and not the U.S. government. So happy.
So happy.
Vampire.
Yeah, exactly. And then we will we can keep going. Fantastic. Yes, well, good work. Seraphima, I was understanding that you made contact with Thin Blood at Red Number 5. Cat. Alley Cat.
Possibly. There were several.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a
She had colored
description.
hair.
Okay.
Once Donovan gives you the description, I will say, Seraphina, your attention to
Yes.
detail, you would know her.
Why?
Is that the same? Real quick, what colored hair?
Her picture shows pink in the that I have as part of our
Yeah,
thing,
pink,
but
I think.
it's teal. Last time you all
Yeah.
saw her.
Yeah, just teal.
Mhm.
Yeah. Why?
There was a girl with colored hair here that punched a guy pretty hard, apparently to knock him a good. Yeah, so she might have been here. I don't know.
Yeah, that girl had
Well, she was here.
specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that girl specifically that Marlowe described had a green mohawk.
Right, but I was like the colored hair. I was like, oh, it could have
Yeah.
changed. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Also, could be some. But anyway, sorry.
All right. Very well. But yeah, no, she was here tonight. She's so. What do you know about her?
Moves with a gaggle of other thin blood girls, visits Red Number 5, had a huge crush on an art student or something, or somebody in her college,
Oh.
and about possibly going to Paris with them.
Oh yeah, that's Natalie.
Okay.
That's the associate I have. School charity thing I do
Yes.
for cover and
Yes, I help you plan out some of the functions and the themes and things.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I really appreciated your help with that.
Mhm.
Terrible with linens.
If you could, you would just reuse the same theme over and over and over again.
I just, if enough time goes by, I don't see why not.
You can do that once you've hit like a 10th cycle, and then you can recycle it.
Listen, this is why I have you, to keep me in taste. No, so Natalie is sort of the recent top honored recipient of that. And so they're interconnected. I didn't know she was a thin blood. But from what you can ascertain, she seems to like Natalie.
Yes.
That's good.
To the point she was googly hearts over this girl while I was standing near her in leather.
Oh, that's good. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm sure she was googly eyes at you as well. But that's good to know. Good. They just had a fight. I know why though. Kat clearly didn't want Natalie to figure out that she's kindred, which is hilarious because Natalie actually already knows things of that nature. Well, not really, but very, very minorly. What is that face for?
I remember you having a discussion like this with somebody else in this room.
I don't.
Yes.
So I do want to ask Clyde, while Donovan and Seraphima are talking, do you want to roll technology and
I would.
intelligence to see what information you can get out of
Yeah.
these SIM cards?
Insta crack them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
insta crack them.
It'd be really cool if I
So-
just cracked it while in the span of
in the
5
midst
minute
of, I mean, we're about to find out that if you,
I
if
feel
you
like I need
do,
a boost.
because-
I didn't do well tonight, so
Mhm.
you know.
Did
that'd be
you
great.
eat before coming to the office or not?
I did. I did
Mhm.
eat. Sierra gave us some food. I also did insist we stop at McDonald's. Just something about like overworked fast food employees just is really tasty to me. So
just-
I
Mwah.
Just
their
that
sadness,
subtle
you can
hint of
taste it.
grease.
Ugh, yeah.
It's that hint of sadness.
The hints of sadness. It's super
Cholesterol
greasy.
also.
Yeah, it's just great.
That melancholy.
Closest
There's
thing I
nothing
have
like
to pizza now. So yeah.
All right, yeah. So intelligence, technology, and all those sweet benefits you get.
I'll go ahead and rouse since it's.
Mhm. As
Say
our
it's later tonight. It could be like an hour after we started, and we still have most of the night to go. I have no idea.
time is innocuous because I don't keep track sometimes.
Time.
And then also the
I'll
big
try it.
star, the more you know. If you have to, you could take half.
Ooh. But I like rolling. Damn
No,
it.
I'm
Who
I'm
doesn't
ju-
like
you can
rolling?
totally roll. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I am doing the math.
Yeah.
I have to say it once per half.
I appreciate
Mhm.
that. I think half would be 5. That's pretty good.
Mhm. That's pretty significant. Yep.
I'll take half. Yeah, I can
I'll
add
take
my
half.
rouse. So yeah, I'll take half. I'll take 5.
Absolutely. For taking half, you do once again. You come up to a pretty complicated. It's breaking into the SIM cards. Not an issue. Neither Nash nor Natalie have spent half a decade learning the inner workings of technology, but
Yeah.
you have. And growing through this up, you know, Nash definitely definitely has a lot of dating apps on his like along his SIM card. Goes through them pretty rapidly. And never
Limited
talks
responses on Bumble. That's sad. Okay.
yeah, once he gets in contact with a large majority, mostly women, he avoids any conversation romantically or sexually inclined toward men. Once he's had that initial meetup, he never speaks to them again. All connection or contact stops after, like, hey, I see you across the way, and then after that, no contact.
Mhm.
Natalie's phone has a lot more, just mostly her being a young woman in Chicago, the contacts that she has. But the thing that they do have in common is a series of numbers and messages that they get that both warn them. I will say Nash's is a bit more hostile than Natalie's up until the more recent things, but you both you find a link that with 5 successes you do crack that reveals itself to be to a website that is called second, because I have to very much look at this in order to be able to say it. Okay, so it is called, oh gosh, I think I'm just gonna have to type it out into our chat and have someone with a much bigger brain power
Phone a friend. Do it.
Phone a friend, doing it. I'll put in the
Go.
Roll20 chat so everyone can
Ooh.
see. Paste.
Verum
Dentibris?
It's like
Tenebris.
Verum de Tenebris.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Verum
Latin.
tenebris.
That is Latin.
Yes, it is. And it's dead for a reason. Not like I'm bitter from having to take Latin before.
Yeah, no, listen, we know, kind of talking. I mean, that just basically means Verum de Tenebris. What is that? Just the truth of shadows, the truth in shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's what
Yes,
that means.
that is correct.
I also took Latin.
Goddamn nerd.
How many of us had to take Latin?
Dude,
Listen, I did it because I thought I was going to be a vet, and then look at me pursuing acting.
my mother was under the assumption it would help with like state testing scores during high school. It was a lie.
Like, it's a dead language. I would have served, but even I won't go into my bad choices of high school. But yes, you do find that website, and you see, even after it's been deleted and taken off of from both of them, because it seems like whenever they access it, it immediately removes itself so that it can't be followed. But you, my friendly Nosferatu, are very gifted.
Yeah.
You were able to reconstruct the website and find that it is a wealth of information about Kindred. And some of the information is definitely way off, but a lot of it isn't. You also are able to find at least the source of where it came from. It looks like it came from, especially when it was sent in some of these messages, you're able to find them find it connects back to an internet cafe downtown, and a pretty shitty one too, that you are aware of because you are in those circles. Let's see what else you find with 5 successes. Both times that these messages have been sent, you see the creation of the website was made the day that it was sent to either recipient. So the domain was made, sent after they opened it, it destroyed itself. So it makes it even harder to follow. But again, you are very good at what you do. A lot of the videos that you find on Natalie's are very specific to Cat.
Are they
You
of her?
see
Like actual
they
like
are images of Cat, specifically meeting up with different kinds of other young people who look about her age. But you also see a video. It's pretty grainy from what you can tell, but you definitely see Cat's shock of hair as she looks to be taking in exchanging for money drugs from an individual who is keeping their hood up, but she takes it, and you're able to see something that kind of concerns you as Allie pops it. It looks to be a pill of some kind, and then you watch her like crack her neck, and then she, like, her figure kind of discorporates a little bit, and the image is so grainy that you could almost be like, that's not real. But I will
No.
say, with a 5, you're able, even on your phone, you're able to clear. Allie dissipated into a cloud of bats and then reformed in another position near the drug dealer.
Fucking Dan Bloods.
Damn bloods, man. Okay. Cool.
And it seemed
Huh.
like more money was exchanged, and then Kat from that dealer got a box. And then you just see the kind of camera image go out.
Okay. Another thing to the list. Okay. More thin blood drugs. We already had thin blood drugs on our list fucking years ago. God damn it. Okay.
But you do a couple other images of Allie being, like, some would say that, like, these are very clear images that Allie is cheating on Natalie. But you have the keen eye knowing what this person says they're looking for. You see Allie is feeding, and he's caught evidence of it. And
Okay.
then the same with
Same
Nash.
location of areas?
The locations of cats are, yeah, you could probably actually, I mean, continuing with 5 successes because it's literally insane. Yeah, you'd be able, where those locations are easily. If you needed to drive out, go to them, or send Wraith out to them, you'd be able to find them. And then with Nash, he does not have videos. He just has a list of young women. Usually their age is specifically between the ages of 18 and 21. You see missing posters and obituary readings in newspapers. There's just a list of them, and you see probably before you're just like, all right, I've had enough. You're probably about 20.
What was the weird? I didn't see it, but like, what was the weird thing he had around his neck that was like it wasn't like a body part, but it was like
No,
was
I will say,
something, right?
for out of character, yeah, Nash has a penchant for an eclectic collection of feminine jewelry. None of it matching.
There it is. Yep. Okay. Cool. 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 Yeah. Okay. Put those away. I does Natalie want this back?
No,
Okay.
she's getting a new one.
You also find the links, because I said it for Donovan, but so Clyde has it in his notes. You do have the address for, because it was sent to Natalie, for a mega church on the other side of town.
Great.
Excuse me. Inviting her to come save herself.
Oh, good news. More hopefully that it's just a religious fanatic and not a government employee. Hoping it's not both. So yeah, you were right. Pretty heavy masquerade breaches for both of them. Um, from good old Mirror Eyes here. Have an address for him if we want to check it out. Hopefully,
For
for
Mirror
after.
Eyes or Paul?
I'm.
Very, very confused here.
It's.
Yeah.
I don't have one for Paul yet. He could be related.
Is it
It's at a
whoever is sending these messages?
It's at a mega church, and whoever is sending the messages to Natalie specifically saying to come here if she wants to save herself.
Right, but is that the source of the messages, the megachurch?
So, for clarification, the source of the messages is an internet cafe downtown.
Right.
So,
Sorry.
no problem. No problem. I was giving a lot of information out. I might not have been clear, so now we clarify.
Okay.
No, the person specifically sent their address. They sent a location to Natalie to come there. However, where the messages were sent out is that
she told me about the megachurch thing. They
Yeah.
did a protest outside of Red Number 5, because they were sinful. But they're coming from an internet cafe. Okay, is that the same source for Nash's messages?
That is.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, sounds like we need to stake out that internet cafe probably during the day. Great, we shall do that. We don't really have a hint of what this guy would look like. We could probably find out if we send some people into the megachurch and ask around if anyone's lost a daughter recently, an adult college-age daughter. And then if we find matching information from what we viewed from the cafe, then we will probably find Paul. But we definitely need to send Kine into the megachurch. I doubt there'll be quite opening of people coming in at night if they believe vampires exist. Though maybe they just believe we'll burst into flames if we go in there.
Be. Yeah.
Now, if it was a Catholic church, one of the Catholic churches in Chicago, or one of the small Methodist church, I might be worried about running into someone with true faith. However, because if it's a mega church, I rarely would probably think to find someone like that in a mega church. As someone with a very diversified portfolio, those are almost entirely for profit. You ever see the size of them? You ever see the people who run those things? What their houses look like? There's one that's literally covered in diamonds. I'm not making that up. You can look in the paper or Google it.
Nice.
Good use
Learning.
of Google.
Yeah. Good job. Yeah.
Well, I need to be updated on these things. I refuse to be left to the past.
As long as you're
So
not
can't go over-
tempted to decorate in such a way.
In what
The
way?
with the
Encrusting a
diamonds all
house
over
with
everything.
diamonds.
God, no.
We will all leave. If
No,
that
no.
is the case.
Diamonds are to be adorned on, my beautiful friends who wish to have diamonds on their bodies. Other than that, I have no use for them.
It just had to be said.
Good. No, absolutely. I would never rhinestone a house.
I believe it's
Ugh.
bedazzle.
I don't want to know the distinction.
But
But-
Dazzle was for not lesser quality. Never mind. Side conversation.
oh joy! But I think that will. I think that is
Mhm.
good. Good. We
Okay.
will. We'll put that into motion.
All right. With plans in motion, the debriefing happening,
Mhm.
and another boon on the table. This is where we are going to end our session for the evening. Thank you all so much for coming and tuning in. If this is your first time watching, please go back and see the other previous episodes so you know what the heck is going on. If you would like to keep finding us, you can find us on Twitch at Dice Dropping. Also follow us on Twitter by the same name. And then if you can't catch us live, you can always catch us on our YouTube by the exact same name, Dice Dropping.
All of the
Uh,
links will be in the chat.
Thank you. And we're very happy to keep telling these stories with you all. And I'm not gonna stay here for much longer because then I'm just gonna be tripping over my words. So, my players, bid farewell, and no matter when you're watching us, good morning, good evening.